My name is Jonathan Barasa, and I've been tattooing and painting for the past 2 decades. And if I make up words and sometimes my pronunciation sounds weird, well, I'm French, so don't wonder why. In this episode, I wanted to talk to you about how to be creative, and I'm gonna give you the best advice to do so. By the way, this video applies to anything creative, whether it's business, music, visual art, fashion, just life in general. You can apply this rule to any sphere of your life if you wish to be more creative. And action! God, that's lame. So let's start with defining 3 words: inspiration, motivation, and creation. Inspiration is being mentally stimulated. Motivation is a reason to do so. And creation is the action or process of bringing something to life. What are the 2 first one have in common? There's no action. Let's look at which one comes first, because I think people have this a little bit mixed up. You can be motivated to write a song, do a painting, write a book, open a business, whatever it is, but you have no inspiration on what to do. Then you procrastinate and you wait on inspiration to come and hit you in the face. You could be inspired by something or someone, but if you lack the motivation of doing something yourself, nothing will happen. And let's be honest, if you're waiting for inspiration and motivation to come and bite you in the ass to start creating, well, good luck with that. One huge misconception that people have is that motivation plus inspiration equals creation. To me, it couldn't be more wrong, but we'll get back into that shortly. One thing I hear a lot of people say that the reason why they're not creating is that they're scared of not being good at it. I got some amazing news for you. You won't be good at it, so you don't have to be scared anymore. You will suck. You suck until you don't. Being good or bad, it's not really up to you. I mean, you can have your own standards, but at the end of the day, it's the people that are looking at it that are deciding if it's good or bad, not you. Do you really think that any of these artists thought about being good or bad? Of course they did. Everybody does. The only difference is that they didn't give a shit. They just started creating. So like I was saying before, motivation and inspiration won't equal creation. You could be motivated and inspired to do something, but it doesn't mean you're actually gonna do it. It's okay that you want to think about it. You wanna have the best idea possible. What I want to do now is get the deepest green that I can. The only thing is you have to be careful not to confuse thinking about something and procrastinating about something. Because thinking about doing stuff, it ain't doing stuff. And well, let's face it, it's good to brainstorm, but at some point you need to act on it. It's like waiting for that perfect shade of green. You can't wait on inspiration to come or motivation before starting something. And that takes me to the best advice I could give you, how to be more creative. You want to be more creative? Well, it's really simple. Start creating. And start creating every day. But wait, it does not stop there. I'm gonna give you some tips to be more inspired. And obviously there's a little more to it than just start creating every day. Let me explain that. You need to be creating, but just don't create anything. You need to remove creative freedom. And I know it sounds super counterintuitive. Problem is you will probably procrastinate about what to do. You could do a bird, do a butterfly, do a horse, a donkey, whatever it is. You're gonna have all these options, and most likely you're gonna pinball around those ideas and nothing really is gonna get done. What you wanna do is have creative focus. It's like building a fence in your head around your ideas and just focusing on one thing and one thing only. Whatever you do, if you want to get better at creating, you have to practice that thing every day. Choose a subject and do that for a year. Repetition, repetition, repetition. There's one caveat though. So it's not about that one thing. That one thing is gonna take you somewhere else where you wouldn't think it would have taken you. You need to be very creative if you're gonna do the same thing for 1 year, because that thing's gonna get boring real fast. I started drawing a bunch of butterflies, but at some point I was thinking, oh, maybe I could do my self-portrait with butterflies. I did a series of that for almost a year. The exercise is to train your brain to be creative. And by doing the same thing over and over and over again, you will accomplish that. One thing that's really helpful to be more creative as well is to set time frames to be creative. Like a job. It is a job. 9 to 5, 5 to 9, whatever boat you float is fine. And by having a schedule, you will actually make it easier not to get distracted and get in the flow. Oh, bonus track. What is the flow? It's just a beautiful feeling. You probably had it before and you just didn't know what it was. The flow is pretty much when you get so much in the zone of what you're doing, time seems to stop. It's like you could go on for days without even thinking of anything else. You are immersed 100% into it. You're feeling excited. You're feeling energized. What gets me in the flow usually is gonna be music. I'm gonna be painting and there's a song that's gonna catch my attention and I'm just gonna put it on a loop for the whole session of the painting. So here, I'm gonna give you some tricks to get more inspired. They're quite simple. Sometimes we forget about the simple things. Well, first thing first, go take a walk. Go visit new areas of your city, of your town. Go look at art galleries. Look at buildings, architecture. Stare at a wall. You never know, anything can trigger inspiration. Also, getting out of your home basement studio will do wonders for your head. Guilty as charged because I'm a hermit. As long as you have the subject, don't stress about how simple it is because I struggle with this sometimes too. I have an idea in my head. I know where I want to go with it, but the idea seems so simple, I kind of procrastinate on it because I'm not sure. If you see it in your head, do it. You have no idea how much I appreciate you if you made it that far. If you get any value from this video, please drop a like so it makes its way into the YouTube world and find its way to people that wants to figure out how to be more creative. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you could do so you get notified when I drop a new video. Pretty much, I'm doing this every week for the next year. It's a new experiment for me. So go pick up that brush, that instrument, that pencil, that piece of fabric, that white book, whatever it is you wanted to create, go and create it. Go make our world a more beautiful place, one creation at a time. As for me, well, it needs to dry, but I'm very happy with that color. It might not reflect on video, but it's the green I think I was looking for. But if you want to see the end result of that, well, I guess you have to subscribe. It's never been a better time to become the other. I'll see you very soon. I don't know why I keep doing this. I just go here and then I wait a little and I close it up. I gotta stop doing this shit.